Sega.
Actually, it's Rareware and Nintendo. Get your facts straight. Hello, folks. Welcome to Deep Thought. I am the Crazy Even, and today we are going to be playing the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. Starting off, of course, with the original Donkey Kong Country. And here with me today are, once again, Mia, who you just heard.
Yay.
And we have another special guest from FTCR. He's the lovely editor of their videos and also collector of various things, and also lives in Canada too. The games enlisted Stefan.
Oh shit, I have a moniker.
What's a moniker?
I don't know, I just like long words.
I do too. For example, Donkey Kong Country is a really good game.
That's not a moniker. I was gonna say that's an opinion, but that's a fact.
Yeah.
So, before we say anything about this game, shout out to the original Hellfirecom series of this game. This is the first series I ever saw of them, and kind of what inspired me to get this show going. So, gotta give props to where necessary. But anyway, Donkey Kong Country. Fucking hell, this game's awesome.
Yep. And you play as Harambe.
That's true. That is true.
You wasted it. You had one joke and you wasted it.
Come on, I'm going to make another one. I don't care what even tells me.
Fine, whatever. Anyway, this game was made by Rareware and Nintendo in 1994, the middle of the Super Nintendo's life cycle.
It was mostly made by Rareware. Nintendo just kind of published it and was just like approving shit.
It was like, I think they needed like a very hit game. Like the Super Nintendo had been relatively successful up until then, but they needed something to spice the system up. So, of course, leave it to Rareware to make one of the best games of all time, and two others as well afterwards.
And that plan worked because Donkey Kong Country is one of the best-selling games on the Super Nintendo.
Yes, it is.
This was before Shigeru Miyamoto was wandering around London looking for trouble.
Yes, coincidentally, this was the middle of his golden years as well, because everyone knows after Pikmin, Mr. Miyamoto kind of, I wouldn't say lost it. Well, I mean, he lost something, his touch. This was when he was still doing good things. So this video, or series I should say, is going to be a 100% no-hit run. And I took very good care in recording and whatnot, and of course making sure that Mia didn't tell me off for getting hit.
You made a Mia-proof playthrough?
Mostly Mia-proof. She's still gonna make fun of me no matter what.
You can make fun of her.
No, it doesn't work that way. Oh, I thought you were about to die.
Well, actually, there was a barrel there, and I did say no hit, 100%, so...
Yeah, dying's not getting hit, though. In a bottomless pit, I mean.
Right, of course. But as you can probably tell, we're not exactly playing as the person who the game is named after. We're playing as
Kiddy Kong?
Diddy.
No, it's Kiddy Kong.
It's Diddy.
But Kiddy's the best one.
Good sir, that is an argument to be held for the final game in this series. And I kind of disagree with you anyway. But yeah, we're playing as Diddy Kong because he's just so much more suited for this game. Like Donkey Kong, he's alright, but he's just kind of slow, kind of awkward to control too. Diddy's just so much faster, so much smoother, so much silkier. So who wouldn't want to play as him?
So much sexier.
Also, fun fact, in the creation of the Diddy Kong character, they had originally wanted to make him Donkey Kong Jr., but, well, Nintendo didn't think that was a very good idea, so they just ended up making a new character altogether. And in the creation of this character, they had a bunch of various different names for him besides Diddy, and those names are Diet DK,
What?
DK Light.
What?
I know. Titchy Kong.
Titty
Kong.
Titty Kong?
Titchy Kong. That's what it was called. And they eventually settled on Dinky Kong. But then they eventually changed it to Diddy because they were given legal advice. So,
Yeah, Diddy means small in British slang.
what does dinky mean? I'm assuming isn't that slang for penis?
No, Dinky is small.
Oh, okay. I do wonder why they changed it then.
I don't know. Either something to do with micro machines, or possibly because it could be some slang for penis. I don't know. I've never heard it used for penis though.
Dinky's been used like sometimes. Dinky is used like a lot of like things for babies.
Oh yeah, for like pacifiers and stuff. Yeah, that
Well,
makes sense.
pacifier is Binky.
Oh well.
I guess people just say hear Dinky and they like automatically go to Binky
I don't know.
because weird.
But anyway, so let's talk about our experiences with this game. So, this was the first game that I officially got me into this series. I had played a bit of 2 and 3 before this, but this was the game that I got into really heavily. And I played it a lot, so this is the one I remember the most. Like, as much as I love DKC 2 and DKC 3, this is the one that I really, really do like, especially now, because I've been kind of down on this game compared to the other twos, but in recent years I've come to really appreciate it. So what about you guys?
My first experience with this game was as a kid. I had it on Super Nintendo, and so it was awesome. Back when I was a kid, at least, back when I was a kid, it felt like there was nothing like it. Like when I first played it, like there was at the time, I guess. But to me, this game literally looked like real life. It was the closest thing you could get to a video game that looks like real life, and so I literally thought the graphics were like real life because I was stupid.
Yeah, because real life certainly contains rolling monkeys and dolphins with big eyes in them. Sorry, swordfishes with big eyes in them.
Yes.
Monkeys. What about you, Stefan? How did you get into DKC?
I honestly don't remember when the first time I played it. I know I watched a lot of like playthroughs and I've seen videos about the DKC trilogy, but I think the first time I played, at least the first one, was through an emulation. Like there was a friend of mine had this Xbox disc that had like almost all Super Nintendo games, so I was playing through them, so I played through DKC. I'm like, oh, it's that game that everyone plays, and I played it and it was fun. And then eventually on the Wii Virtual Console I bought DKC 2, so that's the Donkey Kong Country game I have the most experience with. And then
Nice.
occasionally I'll play if I find an emulator of it, or I go to a convention or something and you can play DKC, I'll just play through it. But I haven't and then DKC 3 I've only really played once, so I don't have that much experience with it. But I've watched I've watched lots of playthroughs of it. I've played it occasionally, but 2 is really more the game I know.
Nice.
Even.
Yeah?
This is a 101% run. I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
Does getting 100% count getting the DK letters? And 2, do you have to win the bonus games in order for it to count?
Actually, no to both questions. You don't have... getting the Kong letters will just net you an extra life. If you don't win the bonus stage, all that matters is that you get to the bonus stage. You don't have to necessarily win it, but yeah, getting all the bonus stages in here is what nets you 101%.
Ah, that's cool. What about the warps? Do you have to use the warps as well?
You can use the warps as well, but I mean, if it gets you past a bonus level...
But do the warps count towards the score is what I'm saying.
No, you don't have to get all the warps either. It's, again, all the bonus rooms. Just get all the bonus rooms, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, this first world is kind of just like an introduction to what you can kind of expect from this game as well.
Snotty.
Yeah, he's a piss-easy boss, and unfortunately all the bosses in this game are pretty meh, save for the last one, but yeah, I beat this guy in 10 seconds.
Yeah, they're pretty easy bosses.
But that's a lot of bananas right there. DK doesn't need any more.
Yeah, that is where...
But he's a greedy.
Yeah, why doesn't he just take all those bananas? Jeez.
I think he does, is just...
Those aren't enough.
Wait, when you go, like, after, like, you go through the game and you beat several bosses, if you go back to DK's banana horde, does it, like, have more bananas in it?
No, what you're thinking of is if you beat the game and go back there, all the bananas are back.
Yeah. It would've been cool if they, like, have it, like, update.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
that would be cool, but if that's the case, then where are all the bananas stored?
In the horde.
Are you sure about that? We don't see any of it.
You do at the end of the game.
Well, I mean, I know at the end of the game, but while he's on his adventure, where are they stored? What, does he just stick them up his ass or something?
I'd assume so. I guess they don't move him till K. Rool's dead, so that, like, they don't have to worry about him stealing them while he's gone.
That just seems really inconvenient. To have to all do all
Yeah,
that
but
at once.
Cranky can do the job. Plus, Funky has an airplane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, speaking of Cranky and Funky, as we glossed over, Cranky just kind of gives out advice, random tidbits, and they tend to repeat, much like us. But he's not exceedingly necessary. His humor does chuckle me a bit, because, like, he does fourth wall stuff.
Yeah, he's quite funny. He has like one quote where it's like, back in my day we were lucky if games had more than 2 shades of grey. And I believe another one is like, they probably spent my game was probably as much as the text in this part. Or something like that.
And Cranky is Donkey Kong. From Donkey
The
Kong
original
Arcade.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's right. He is like the OG Donkey Kong.
And this DK is Donkey Kong Jr.
Or, no, he's actually Donkey Kong's grandson. Donkey Kong Jr. is this Donkey Kong's father. And, he's never not mentioned a whole lot, so... And
He's not mentioned in the Country series.
Because he's dead.
He's dead! But,
Maybe he's Harambe.
I don't fucking care about goddamn Harambe
but there's
anymore.
no humans in the... Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm about to say this is the same universe as Mario, so yeah.
Huh, really? That's weird.
I'm not sure if it actually is, because I know Mario and Donkey Kong appear in a lot of games together, but a lot of those games probably aren't canon, except for maybe, like, I don't know, I'm assuming they're just different universes, kind of like, you know, the difference between the main series, Sonic series, and Boom.
Well, because I mean, like, if like it says Donkey Kong and if Donkey Kong, like the original Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. are canon to this Donkey Kong Country, which means that Mario is canon.
I suppose.
Maybe the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games take place like in the past, so maybe that's Cranky. Maybe that's Cranky, like all the Mario vs.
It's not, I don't think, because the Donkey Kong in that has the tie.
Maybe he wore the tie. Maybe that's why this DK wears a tie, because he got it from Cranky. This is my headcanon. This is my headcanon, in fact.
Actually, yeah, you might be right, actually, because Donkey Kong 94 has him with the tie as well. Donkey Kong Advanced lore, people.
Yeah, you folks got your Dark Souls lore and your Final Fantasy lore. Well, the only lore that we need is Donkey Kong.
Also, I hate the frog, Winky. He controls like ass.
Yeah, he does. I do end up using him quite a lot, but I mean, he's not overly frustrating.
He can be in this level just because there's lots of narrow platforms.
Yeah, there were numerous retakes to be found in that level. But anyway...
What are you, Entom?
No, but I could be. Hello, I'm the Crazy Even, and welcome to... No, that's not going to work. Anyway, this is Stop and Go Station, and a lot of people consider this to be the first hard level.
To me, the first hard level is the minecart one, at least when I was a kid. That's the one that, like, tripped me up a lot. I never found Stop and Go Station hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it just has to do with, like, these rock creatures, which I love their design.
Yeah.
They just kind of move around really fast, and well, I mean, you can't defeat them. And so I guess that kind of contributes to that. But, as I'm going to be showing at the end of this particular level, you can just kind of skip it outright. You just go back into the entrance you came into, and then you're at the G letter at the very end.
Yeah.
So... If this is too tough for you, you're too much of a scrub for this, then you can just do that.
Yeah, these games have a lot of cheap shortcuts in some of the early levels.
Yeah, they do. Some of them are timed as well, and Donkey Kong exclusive. And I mean, I don't get a whole lot of shortcuts in this playthrough because 101%. But
yeah,
speedrun strats.
More so going fast strats. I'll never reach speedrunner status, or as I like to call it, Mexi status. But the sooner I stop comparing my skills to his, the more of my sanity will remain intact. Anyway, this is the shortcut that I mentioned. You can just go back in the beginning of the level, and it just transports you all the way here.
Disco.
Also, you were talking about Titty Kong earlier, Stefan. Here she is.
Isn't she dead in DK64?
No, that's Wrinkly Kong.
Oh, that's even worse.
Wrinkly Kong is in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, and she deserves to die because, as I'll discuss in Donkey Kong Country 2, she charges you for saving, at least the second, and at least after the first time. Fucking bitch.
Yeah, well, Canny's not much better. She's, much like Funky.
She lets you save for free. I mean, she is a whore, but, she lets you save for free.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like her design, though. It just looks weird, and it's a weird juxtaposition between the other characters as well. Just something I found a bit awkward.
Sweet bonus stage.
So these bonus stages, if you collect 3 of the golden animal tokens, 3 of the same ones, I should say, then you get to go to that animal's corresponding bonus stage. And this is just kind of a way to get more extra lives and whatnot. Of course, I'm going to be showing them all off. I showed off On Guards earlier. Sorry, did I say On Guard? I meant Espresso.
On Guard.
Yeah, this is On Guards right now. I get their names confused so many times. It's weird.
Are you going to get all the, areas?
Well, most of the areas. I'll get, the double multiplier. Yeah, his hitbox is a bit strange, especially when it comes to his little pointy things, which, I mean, is useful for...
It attacks automatically.
Yeah, it attacks automatically. I mean, you can do it manually, but... Yeah, he's a bit awkward to control, but, he's, much better than Winky, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like the layout of his bonus stage as well, the red background. It's
It looks like blood.
Yeah. Just swimming around. Probably killed a bunch of things. No, these fish right here are actually alive, and he's killing them all, and that's why the water's red. Yeah, you can get quite a bit of lives from these levels, but, well, when you have emulators and whatnot, you really don't have much of a necessity for lives.
Yeah, well, even then, playing it on original hardware, it's super easy to just up your lives, can't? I remember as a kid, I didn't know where a lot of extra lives were, so I used to just go into the DK house at the very start of the game, repeatedly until I had 99.
Oh, jeez. Man, how long did that take?
I can't remember.
12 hours.
No, it wasn't that.
I mean, to be honest, do whatever you want, but still, there are a lot of better ways to get extra lives in this game than what you did.
It'd definitely be very easy now, since I know where all of the lives are in the first level. Especially the one that gives you 2 or 3 lives, I can't remember. Because there's different colored balloons that give you different amounts of lives.
Yeah, I didn't know they were in, I knew they were in DKC 2 and 3, but I didn't know they were
they're much rarer in this one.
Yeah, because as we saw there, and also that bonus room back there was kind of a dick move in my opinion. That bonus room was located right under the millstone, and you had to use a TNT barrel to get in there. So those rare people are crafty bastards.
Yeah.
And before we take on the next boss battle, we gotta go visit Cranky again.
Back in my day, you jump into the snake pit, and then you bite the snake's head off. And that's how you win. Also, I'll go play Donkey Kong Arcade. You know the one, not the NES one, which only has
Necky's nuts.
Ha ha.
It's like a penis joke.
These nuts?
Yeah, not much better than Very Naughty. he took like 20 seconds instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that these bosses aren't really that good, because later bosses in the series are fucking excellent. I guess they didn't have a whole lot of time to spend with it. And we don't have a lot more time to spend with this episode, so we'll see you on the next part of Donkey Kong Country.